My name's John Mathieu. I'm principally a writer of various kinds, poetry and criticism. And this project is based in Katanning and in the Cocos Islands, working with the Cocos Malay people. I became interested in this story because I'm interested in mobility across the Indian Ocean. I'm very familiar with the history of the Cape Malays in South Africa, and when I found out there was a community of Malays in Katanning, I became interested in their earlier history, which led me to discover that that it was quite an extended history. And what interested me most within this was not that they are a kind of a very small paradigm of an ethnic group, the Cocos Malays, nor that they're part of this larger ethnic group called the Malays, but actually that they were slaves from other places who were displaced to Malacca initially and then were taken via various routes to these Cocos Islands. I've got someone who's translated the whole text into Malay in Singapore, and then I've got someone else who's writing out the whole text in Jawi. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put those on kind of panels on the wall. Katanning is quite well known for having a Islamic population, the majority of which are Cocos Malay people. And when I started to investigate the history of the Cocos Malay people, I discovered that they had only been here since 1975 or 76, which was when they were allowed to leave the Cocos Islands. The islands are largely regarded to have been established by the Clunies-Ross family, who ruled the islands from the early 1830s up until the mid-1970s, at which point the islands were taken control of by the Australian government. I think the way artists and contemporary art, especially since the mid-90s with the movement called relational aesthetics, uses communities is actually very often as a strategy to activate an art that actually is lacking energy or direction or logic. So I'm quite skeptical about the role that an artist plays if they just enter a community, unless they actually engage with something very specific within the community itself. So I thought what I would do is take the opportunity of this residency, of being able to do this research and of being able to access texts that most of the people in this community are not able to access, to actually find out things that might be useful to them and their experience, and create a work from that would be easily accessible to them, because they could experience it as a narrative, as a story rather than as a historical account, and present that to them such that they could incorporate it into their own cultural memory.